Shout out to motherfucker. Shout out to Tidal. Shout out to Apple Music. Shout out to Spotify. Shout out to all the DSPs. Shout out to whoever is running my motherfucking algorithmic whole shit on my internet. Shout out to all you niggas that's out there holding me down, because I swear to God on life.
You are now listening to the Non-Millennial Millennials podcast, brought to you by House of Spades Media Group. Enjoy.
Hey.
Oh, we're recording now. Don't.
Happy Halloween, my friends. I had to say Happy Halloween to my to our friends. You're not gonna say Happy Halloween?
You are a lonely and disturbed person.
For those of you that don't know, it is I, Mexican Yason, the hardest working Mexican in the Midwest, for sure. Here for another cameo. For those of you hoes that like cameo, find my cameo later. That'll be in the description.
You will get stabbed in San Ysidro.
I'm pretty cool with Santa.
Take the fucking mask off.
It's Halloween, nigga. I had to bring.
You lucky we don't do this shit in person no more. I punch your dumb ass. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Mexican Yason is not the
First off, for the real Mexican
racist thing that's been said on here.
Feliz Dia de los Muertos to all my Latinos, you know what I'm saying, that's actually celebrating. I do not endorse or condone any words spoken by my co-host on this podcast.
Yes,
we just so happen to be homies. It's one of those things.
Nah, it's like he endorses it.
It's like Tom Brady and Donald Trump. It's like, I'm Tom Brady though. It's just like, it just happens to be my homie. Yeah.
You can't just happen to be homies with Donald Trump, nigga. You either homies with that nigga or you not. Nigga, you either just met with him to talk about a plan, or y'all friends for real. It's one of the two. And Tom Brady and Donald Trump ain't talking about no goddamn plan, nigga.
Yeah, but they ain't been talking about nothing since he been president.
His ass been staying in public with some people.
That nigga been staying on the goddamn football field. That nigga ain't doing shit. He like,
you can't be seen in public with certain people at certain times. Sometimes
not right now.
Sometimes one of your mans got a scandal going on.
I still play football, nigga. I still play football, nigga. No, not right now. Like, no.
But I'm still voting.
I have that's all that matters. And my co-host actually happens to be Republican, so it works.
You know, I know you feel that way, but
no, I just make fun of you because you have some very Republican idealisms.
I know you feel that way, but after the last 2 weeks or so, especially the last week,
you feeling very birthday party-ish?
I am feeling very outspoken for some reason with my Republican coonish views. I'm feeling very outspoken recently because for some reason every nigga I thought was kind of smart, and some we know to be smart, I guess, give or take how you measure it, is a fucking idiot. How the fuck does that happen?
I don't know, but we'll
it's
get
2020
into
the
it,
Revenge of the Idiots, my nigga. 1980 something was Revenge of the Nerds. It's 2020 the Revenge of the Idiots. Because I think it is.
Yeah, we had a really good technological genius run for about a good, I would say, 15 years. So it's about that time. Yeah. It's about that time. I could get who the fuck are you? Let's get to the shit. Who the fuck are you? Calm down.
I ain't even got to pull up the phone for this one. I be motherfucking one and only Busy 93, aka motherfucking Can't Go Down. If you don't know, you won't know. My dick has been hanging desert stricken through the halls of Valhalla for the last 6 weeks. God damn it, I need some pussy. My girl has been playing. It's a whole personal story. But I bees, like I said, Busy Black motherfucking Can't Go Down, aka Busy 93, aka that nigga that you don't know unless you just heard the last thing I said, because you won't know it, aka the motherfucking Nazi Tiki Torch daughter Slayer, you dig, aka Young Busy Soulja, aka Young Muhammad Clay, aka whatever the fuck you want to call me, because bitch, I'm about to restructure these hoes. That's why I'm going off the dome. Freestyle shit.
I was actually going to be very impressed if you pulled off all of your AKAs without pulling up your phone.
You know,
and
I was in my for that.
Yeah, but my comedic bit was going to be like, so you haven't been drinking today, like if you remembered all of that shit. But I see you have the red cup, so that's a lie. That's a lie amongst all. But I am a professional, sir. So hell, from home a bitch and tequila. Hey.
That's some semi-pro shit. What you just did was professional. What I just did was semi-pro. There we go. That's why we
exactly
on together.
that's why you pipping, nigga. And I'm Mike. Sometimes that's why you gotta be that way. That's why I'm hailing from the home of bitch and tequila, 50-cent margaritas and cartel dealings, and we talking about more than 50 kilos on my 50 cubic tons of dealings. It's your A1 on the mic, motherfucking Jose Ortega, aka if your girl looking at me from across the room, she either wants to fuck me or already has, but now you don't know, so that's a very fucking uncomfortable conversation with you, you bitch. Like, what are you gonna do with yourself? AKA Tequila Papi, aka Martin Quarantino, aka all Jews and white people owe me money. Why?
Because I believe in a century, maybe place long ago, they stole our culture.
You thieving motherfuckers. AKA the dopest things is fentanyl cut heroin, aka Joey Leftwitz, aka the pod guy, aka me and your girl laugh at you and Busy Spit hit you in the face at Little Caesars when your grandfather's having a heart attack. I spilt my $30 Slurpee on your grandmother's white dress and she's having a seizure on the floor and the EMS can't get food to the line.
The ticket price went up so high, goddamn it. The Slurpees ain't $7, bitch. They 30. What's up, nigga?
30.
Yeah. Getting it out here. In the wrong,
the next revolutionary immigrant, aka I'm God, bitch, you not. There's Fly God, and there's Pod God. Replace the Holy Trinity. God damn it. AKA the reason your girl has whiplash, aka Overtime Ortega, aka Tony juggling the speakerphone, aka 2020 Space Ghost, aka the improper disciple, aka Debo Yo, aka Rolly in his faceless. Why? Because I'm tasteless. God damn it. Aka Tito Lee, aka Washington Irresponsible. And I'm hitting you with two new ones this week. God damn it. Aka Zay Mysterio. You ain't even heard that. Ooh, the smoke ain't it? The smoke. And the final one, aka the Kush Crusader. And it's the Non-Millennials Podcast, episode 129, House of Spades Media. We in this bitch.
It's very jet life of you.
Which one?
Kush Crusader.
Shout out to Spitter. What's he call himself these days? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spitter.
That nigga
Spitter Andretti.
Ain't know nobody. Motherfucker Spitter, Currency, Andretti, whatever you want to call them, man. He's still out here dropping bars.
I like referring to people by their Twitter tags and shit because some of them is funny as fuck. Like Skinny Shug is priceless. You can't change that handle. Shout out to Gibbs. Like you can't ever change that. Ever.
There's got to be something that tops it. If you can't top Skinny, how is he gonna top Skinny Shug? You can't. That's the ultimate compliment. Kind of,
right,
but like, yeah, like it's the ultimate hip hop compliment in a way, in a sense, kind of.
And who don't fuck with Shug? Except for people who was related to the people. Don't fuck except for the people that was related to the people who or related to the person that he ran over. I can understand why they hate Shug.
Isn't that every nigga that's done some dirt in his life? Come on, we all got people that hate us a little bit.
Are you willing to run those people
for no reason
over,
of our own? I mean, if you
Are you
run
willing to run
somebody
those
over,
people? It's personal.
2 or 3 of them. For me, maybe I might run over 2 or 3
Jesus
of them, but
Christ.
I wouldn't go to jail about it. I'd want to do it in a place where there wasn't obvious cameras in the fucking parking lot, like not Skinny Suge.
Well, you not Skinny Suge. I don't think Skinny Suge would wear a purple do-rag, but that's why you're busy 9-3 and not Skinny Suge.
How did you turn that from me talking about the actual not Skinny Suge to you? How did you flip that?
I am the pod god, sir. This is what I do.
Oh, my bad. He's the conversationalist, people.
I praise, I bless microphones every single Friday night, just so our listeners can get an adult their weekly dose of fucking just holiness to their ear holes, and visually now to their eyeballs, to be entertained.
You know what's crazy about that?
God of this game.
You know what's crazy about that? Everything that's happened this week. They said, well, let's rewind 12 years ago. They said podcasting was nothing. They said niggas like ourselves wouldn't exist. They said that they had to have a whole network happen and have a whole slew of things going for things to work out. You know what happened? It's a few niggas that came out here and got something going. People that we respect, at least I respect. I don't know about my co-host. I like to think he respects some of these people in the sense of podding, even though he is himself the pod god.
Praise.
I would like to think that maybe in all of this craziness, that when we see the people at the top right now, we also see ourselves in them. So when the biggest things to happen this week are podcast related, and you have to listen to a podcast to get to them, and you find yourself listening to something like this, yeah, that's how you know everything in the world ain't broken, goddammit.
No. First off, podcasting is the future. Fuck what Kanye be talking about with floating islands and shit like it's goddamn Super
hey,
Mario.
We building spaceships in Haiti, nigga, goddammit. Fuck it.
How many bricks have to be moved to build a spaceship in Haiti?
From Chicago, quite a few. Nigga, quite a few. Calabasas, even more.
I feel bad for the nigga that has to move them bricks. Like, I feel bad for him. It's like, straight up, that's stressed like a motherfucker.
Oh my God.
This whole space launch depends on how many bricks you move.
Consequences so frustrated right now.
The future of humanity and mankind depends on your movement of bricks. Like, that is a big responsibility.
You know what's funny?
It's enough to have to feed your homies, your block, your family, get yourself a Testarossa, a baby mama, 2 girlfriends.
This is a lot to do. Some of which you don't even need to do. Like you don't even need to do some of this shit.
None of this shit. But that's enough stress. But the stress of putting down, you have to deliver these many cubic tons of bricks to make sure that we make this space launch, my nigga, is a pressure that's unknown. That's unknown. So shout out to my man. So shout out to my nigga, whoever it is. I got a gang of motherfucking Haitians in his lobby with machetes, and it's gonna chop some motherfuckers in half. And his whole responsibility is making sure that these bricks is moved so we can have this space launch.
I don't know who Kanye had talked to or who Elon didn't talk to. And Elon Musk, I mean. Who Elon didn't talk to that is allowing this Death Star to be built on Haiti. I don't understand it. Kanye even felt the need to clarify it in a tweet. Like, no, I wasn't just talking crazy about African nations and shit. Nigga, what I meant was, I'm the Tesla of Haiti. Nigga, like, huh? And it was like, Elon? He was like, nah, nigga, Nikolai. Like, nigga, what? What are you talking about?
The only person that can save us in the only person that can save us in the Keys and the Caribbean is gonna be able to hold us down as Rihanna now. Like that's the only person. She has to motherfucking Black Widow herself into the like out of us like
Rihanna and Damian Marley
shit to get us out of this bullshit because that shit is crazy.
Actually, I wouldn't even count on Damian at this point. I'd have to put all my chips on Rihanna.
Yo, I hate Junior Gong could get it done though.
Yeah, that's why I said him and Rihanna, but you never know. Some of the Bob Marley family members have switched up before too. Damian just seems like the realest one right now. Not saying the nigga's questionable. He's not. He seems like the realest nigga. I love to make music with him. I love to fuck with him. I think he is a real nigga. But if something happens similar with him that has happened similar to the things that we're going to talk about that happened this week, yeah, I'd be like,
Shout out to Junior Gong because that's the only person that I believe on this planet that if I was in a smoke session with him, he might outsmoke me.
Bitch, I've outsmoked you the last 10 years. We smoke. What are you talking about?
What you mean? Fuck out of here. I've never tapped.
Never tap, but bitch, I can. Okay. If we talk about tapping out, you're right. You're right. You talking about tapping out? You're right. Because you never tapped out.
Like,
okay, that just means we need to have a smoke out for real.
Oh yeah, what's good?
Because you've grown a lot in your ways, young Padawan. You've grown a lot from the young Jedi I met.
Oh, nigga, you done created Darth Vader. You don't know what the fuck you done done. You don't know what the fuck you done done. Serious. Touch white, soul white, was never gonna touch white, but like that's an occasional thing. Yeah,
that's a podcast fuck up for you right there. You see that? You see what happened right there? I ended up motherfucking taking a hit of the blunt, putting it to my lips. And as soon as I took it away from my lips, that bitch hit my shirt and hit the floor. Ain't that a bitch? Now, a lot of niggas saying to that right now that, oh, your blunt hit the floor, somebody fucking your bitch. But you're right, nigga, we sharing. Anyway, what's happening this week? What's happening this week?
It's funny because it's true. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna start on the Kanye shit because that's the most precious thing in my mind because I sat this is how much I dedicate my life to this.
It's a big statement. The most precious thing in your mind right now? That's a big statement.
It's the precious. No, I said precious.
Precious. Oh, I said precious.
No.
Precious?
Fresh.
Wow.
It's fresh. It's fresh. Because I did the dedication I had to this show. I actually waited the entire fucking week to watch this goddamn podcast that Joe Rogan did interviewing Kanye West because I didn't want to watch it at the top of the week or when it first came out and not remember shit because I smoke a lot of weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? On talking points that he had. Now, Kanye West, your man. This is somebody we're gonna still deem your man.
I'm more comfortable with saying that after this past week than I have been in the weeks prior.
Well, it's still your man.
I just said I'm more comfortable
believes
saying that. Or copping to that, I guess. As you
I'm
put it on me every week, whether I want it or not.
I'm tripling down for you.
You put it on me every week, but I'll accept it this week because
that's what I'm doing.
I'll accept it this week though, because we heard the man himself speak.
Whatever. He believes, and this is the first talking point I have on this interview because I thought it was the most atrocious thing that I admire Joe Rogan's ability to conduct an interview. That nigga is a genius. You know what I'm saying? Give credit to where it's due, whether he's a racist or not. I don't really care.
He's not.
I'm just gonna admire the game right now. But I listened to Kanye rant for 3 hours. But the first talking point I have
you gotta
is
give
really
Joe, you gotta give Joe credit for controlling the rant because he stopped him at multiple points. Like, wait, because people can think that you're saying the same thing he did with Alex Jones, who we had on the podcast a day later.
And as critical as I am of Kanye West,
he held both of them to the point of, just like, yo, explain what you're saying, because what you're doing right now is why people think you're crazy. Explain it.
And as critical as I am about Kanye West and of Kanye West, the conducted manner in which Joe Rogan conducted that interview that's the pinnacle of that's the pinnacle of the game. That's the pinnacle of the game. That's why you get the super big bag. That's why you get that. You know what I mean?
Spotify or not, because he was getting the bag before them.
Exactly. So, that is what that is. But why I call it atrocious is because of the lack of cohesion you could clearly see occurring in Kanye's mind on just regularly talking. We're not we're not angrily being angry when we're ranting.
Is that a lack of cohesion, or is that just how it works for him?
It worked. That's how it worked for him. But my point is, first talking point, he believes he should be the leader of the free world. That's his calling. What do you think about that, Mr. 9-3?
I think depending on what capacity, he said a lot in that interview. He said a lot about doing a lot of things that may or may not be counted in the future as one Nikola Tesla, because he did compare himself to him a lot for some reason. But
compares himself to every person,
every great inventor, I don't even think it's a black thing. I just think every great inventor we've learned about, know about, outside of the 10 black ones that they constantly teach us about, are the ones that you might fuck around and like, nigga, I look up to Steve Jobs. I look up to Elon Musk. That's not a crazy thing to say. I don't think a lot of what he said in that interview was crazy. I think what he said about wanting to be the leader of the free world, I think depending on what capacity he means.
Could you imagine Kanye West as leader of the free world?
The current free world, I don't think it works. No, not at all. I think that whole idea
the free world
about
would
the
be
school
different under
and
Kanye regime, though.
You said what?
The free world would technically be different under the Kanye regime.
But what the world itself is constructed under currently isn't a structure that Kanye's ideas that he said he has and that he's trying to build on these acres, this idea of things, that idea of things, I don't think that works with what goes on right now. That doesn't fit capitalism. That doesn't fit socialism. That doesn't fit whatever idea you have right now. It seems more compassionate than anything. It seems like it costs a lot of money. And as a nigga that has a lot of money, it seems like it can be provided. But at the same time, when you say leader of the free world, I don't think Joe asked him that question. My question then would have been, in what capacity? Because if you mean leader of the free world as in you leading what you just talking about and what you talking about for 3 hours, you leading that and being a thing that is like a new thing and something the whole world, I mean, naturally, if it is what he says it is, I think just out of human nature and just nature, you would want to kind of gravitate towards something of that sort. So I think at the very least that would spark a whole lot of things that might do something different. So when you say leader of the free world, you mean in that capacity? Yeah, great. I can rock with that. You mean president of the United States? Nah. Nah, I'm good.
Look, man, I'm not rocking with Kanye West being leader of the free world. Simply because
the definition of the free world may change in the next 20 years, 30 years, 10 years. We don't know.
I think it should. I think it actually should. But
And I think if it's something
I don't think
like
that
what he was
Kanye
talking
West
about,
is the person that should be leading the way. I
He
don't
shouldn't
think
maybe
that
be
he
the
should.
leader. He should be the
He
creative
shouldn't.
designer.
No.
Creative designer for sure. Creative designer. We'll give him the credit of that.
This is a
Come
country.
on,
This
dog.
ain't
You
somebody's
can't say the
fucking
man don't know
living
how to
room.
put shit together, huh?
This is a fucking country. This ain't a living room.
But a country, much like a company, is ran the same way. It's not a living room, but it is like a company.
That's Trump talk. That's Trump
Not
talk
Trump
right there.
talk. That's American talk.
That's
nigga.
Trump talk. That's Trump talk. Because that's exactly what all these motherfucking Trump supporters have been saying, and that's why they were supporting Trump to begin with.
Niggas was saying that before.
Like
Niggas was saying that when Obama
like,
ran the
quote,
country.
Quote unquote.
I was saying that when
business,
Obama.
right?
I was saying that when Obama ran the country. What are you talking about?
But Obama is a politician. He's not he's not Trump to the level. Like he's not an over capitalistic businessman. That is not what he is.
Obama like
Obama.
that. Don't shit on Obama
is
like
a
that.
politician.
Obama was a community service nigga until he came up. Then he became a politician.
But
then
he was playing the political game.
Yeah, you can be in community work and not be in the political game. Once you make the choice to be a politician, when you become senator, when you become anything else, but with Barack, you become
and that's
senator,
why Joe
you become
Rogan
president.
Well, hit him with
different.
Hit Kanye with the idea. Well, you thought about running for the governor of California.
I don't live in California, but I'd be more comfortable with that idea than fucking president. Schwarzenegger could do it.
No.
If Arnold could do it, if the Terminator could do it, you don't think Kanye could do it?
I wouldn't have voted for fucking Arnold.
We're not California residents, but if I had the choice between him and a nigga that sound equally as crazy, yeah, I'm gonna pick the nigga I kind of like from the movie.
Nigga, we wasn't alive during the Reagan era, nigga. I just know how to read. Like, that's it.
I don't know who Arnold was running against, so I don't know. I can't really put that on Arnold, but I'm saying, like, if you had like a race between like Arnold Schwarzenegger and a nigga you already don't like, as it kind of is with the presidential election, like it's against two niggas you already don't like, but one you may or may not like more for whatever reason.
I look at politicians like I look at before I was married. I looked at bitches. I don't give a fuck what your body look like. I don't give a fuck what your nails look like. I don't give a fuck what your weave look like. Bitch, what your mind like? Your mind ain't right, then I ain't get like it don't fucking matter. It's not worth the time. And that's the way I look at my politics. It's like shit. Look, if I got the choice between two raggedy bitches, shout out to Cat Williams. If I got the choice between two raggedy bitches,
for sure,
and one of the raggedy bitches is like very established in herself, but her mind is completely fucked up. Terrible person, completely stuck up. And then the other raggedy bitch is just dumb, but has a very good heart. But she's just dumb. You know what I mean? Like, she could be taught, but she's a little naive. I'm going with the dumb bitch that, you know what I'm saying, that has a good heart, rather than the raggedy bitch that's been there.
No.
And
no. Anybody that knows
and the raggedy bitch that just been there and ain't shit is Trump.
That's as much of a, put it like, nigga, that is as literally as much of a gamble as Trump is. Like the white people
you got two choices, my nigga. Not unless you gonna put in Kanye, my nigga.
4 years
Are you
ago,
gonna do that?
4 years ago, the white people that voted for Trump that didn't never really like the nigga, they just said it's something different, we gonna fuck with it. Are they evil people because they wanted to try something new? No. But then there also are those people that are like, yo, is Trump or nothing, nigga? What's up? We'll die by it, nigga. What's up? It's also that. But at the same time, you can't just compare those two and just say like, oh, it's the same thing. It's not.
No, but there's two raggedy bitches.
It's two raggedy bitches. But even a nigga dealing with raggedy bitches, I had a whole point for that I fucking forgot. But let's change it to raggedy bitches. Even a nigga with two raggedy bitches knows he likes one of them more than the other for one reason or the other. They could both
exactly. That's my point.
Except one just swallow and one don't. you gonna like the bitch to swallow a little more. You gonna fight for that a little more.
That's you. We've had that conversation. That's just
Don't
you.
make it personal.
That's
We're talking about politics. Talking about politics.
No, we're
I
making
felt like
that
it was an
competitive.
apt
Like, you know
example.
what my stance
Let's not
is.
change it to personal.
Like, you know what my stance is. Like, my next point is, like, how many mouths am I sharing this swallower with? I mean, like, well, I mean, like, is she sharing with, like, her mouth?
Question is, then okay, you pose that question, but then you have to answer a question with a question. How many mouths are you, or how many dicks are you?
Shares.
How many? Yeah, my bad. How many shares you? Yeah, good job. That's why you the pro.
Pro. I was about to say, I had to save you. I had to save you. You was about to
That's
make
why
some,
you
you
the
was about
pro
to say some
enough to
gay
see.
shit. I wouldn't leave you out there like that.
How many shares do you have before you, or how many shares can a person have with yours along before you, feel like, hey, maybe that's a little too many shares. Maybe we should tone this down, or I should be the only share. Now that's when emotions get involved. And we talking about America, we talking about companies, we talking about business, we talking about capitalism. You can't involve emotions. That's like rule number one.
Yes, fuck you can.
No, you can't.
When
you
just
do,
don't.
you become one of
They
the
just don't like the
go
they
like,
just don't
yo,
like the
what are you
result
doing,
of
bro?
the
You
emotion.
feel
They
like
just
a
don't
bitch.
like the result of the emotion. The result of the emotion is usually the most ethical thing.
Okay. I'd like to see how that plays out Tuesday. We are 72 hours, 73 hours away from possibly a new president, or the same shit, probably worse, for the next 4 years, depending on how you look at it.
I'm so proud of my wife.
72 hours away.
Today. I'm so proud. I'm proud of her today.
72 hours away from it. I'd like to see how that statement you just made plays out on Tuesday, and we talk about it next week. Because I hope you're right.
I'm still gonna be proud. I'm still gonna be proud.
You can be proud of your wife. I'm talking about in general, the country, people as a whole.
Oh no, nigga, I'm completely disappointed in America.
Not your wife. I was never talking about your wife. I'm talking about us.
I'm about to say that ain't gonna change regardless. That ain't gonna change regardless. I am highly disappointed on a massive amount of different levels. But like I'm talking about like a level of disappointment that my plan still stands. Y'all give me over $100 million. If I make over $100 million, I am never coming back, yo. It's done. Like, I'm leaving, never returning. We're doing this shit through Zoom forever after that.
Under
so
what
Zoom send the
circumstance?
fat back.
Under what circumstance?
Under the circumstance that America is America. Now, I do believe like that. Now, like there are the radicalists that believe, oh my God, if you feel that way about the country, you should leave. And I absolutely believe with you. I'm there with you. So when I get my bag, best believe I'm fucking out. Y'all not gonna do me like Malcolm X. Y'all not gonna do me like MLK. Y'all not gonna do me like Breonna Taylor. Y'all not gonna do me like Trayvon Martin. I will not fucking allow it.
I think you named 4 people in 2 distinct different positions that got distinct different deals that were both tragic. So I don't know if you can really compare those 4.
No, the level of degree of what I'm saying is the same. You're not going to randomly like, I'm not gonna get killed within this country, and I'm just gonna be ruled out as being a nigga that got shot for any reason.
Yeah, for all of us.
For any fucking reason, because that's what it will be. And it's disgusting as fuck that every single time one of our people get killed in this country, the first thing you want to say is, well, there was weed in their system.
Oh,
like that had something to, like that had, like there's some type of justifiable thing to the reason why like that officer shot them when there wasn't a fucking joint in their hand. It wasn't a drug pullover or anything.
They thought the blunt was a gun. All right.
That shit was in the Trayvon Martin case, my nigga. We watched it.
I mean, granted, we're exaggerating, but come on, it might as well be that shit.
Nah, but hey, whatever. Like, I'm going off on a tangent there, but yeah, I'm out because I understand it. It's like, look, we can think like until there's like a legit change in regime and shit is going to change for real. We start utilizing our vote on a regular fucking basis, and that's what I'm saying. That's my point with this whole Kanye thing, just in general. All right, you want to be the leader of the free world, design the world into what looks like in my head, from what you're describing, the most beautiful level of Super Mario Brothers, and it may be something that you want to do, but let's say you only get 4 years or even an attempt at it. But look, because let's say your approval rating just goes down to shit and no one gives a fuck. And then Jay-Z, of all people, is like, no, fuck this. I'm going to take it where I'm going to run. And let's say Jay-Z runs against them, wins, and don't even decide to be president. He just defers the spot to somebody that should be president. And just walks away and is like, yeah, this is the guy. This is the girl or woman. And it's like, I'm done. And walks the fuck away. You only got 4 years. So what did you deliver? What could you deliver?
I think I think you might have just made the most hip hop statement of 2020. Because or created the most hip hop conspiracy or possibility of 2020. Because that is insane. That's more insane than what we're actually dealing with.
It is quite insane.
Somehow.
But it's almost for Hov, it would be very Escobar-esque without having to kill anybody or move a single key. If you could get the presidential spot and be like,
too much.
I don't even want it. Like, this is who I want to have it. I just didn't want that nigga to have it.
That nigga wouldn't leave the crib.
Here you go. I'm out.
That nigga wouldn't leave the crib to do that shit. He would campaign from the crib.
We thought he wasn't gonna leave the crib to fucking do the NFL shit, and he did it. Look, man, I'm not gonna ever underestimate Hov. But what I'm saying is that the things that even Kanye West wants to tackle, it's like you got to think about it. If you get an 8-year plan, but you only have the 4. You're like, if you can get in, you for sure got the 4. Wait,
time out. This is all under.
What do you like? You can't really tackle what the fuck he intends to tackle.
You saying you basically realistically you basically saying what I said though, because like I said, I don't think Kanye could do something to change the system under the current system. And I don't think if he gets in office, he will change the system. I don't think he will. I think it'll be as convoluted just in another direction as it was with Trump when motherfuckers that, let's say Kanye was as big as Trump and could get as many, he was on as many ballots as the main two. And it was a real possibility between the three. If Kanye became the type of person if Kanye became the person that was that person, I'd have to throw everything he just said out the window on Joe Rogan shit. But that's ridiculous. What he said does not work in a society that we currently exist in, Corona or not. It doesn't work
at all. At all.
It's not crazy to state it. It's not crazy to do it, especially if you got the money to fund it. It's not crazy.
Some Futurama shit.
It's not gonna work.
It's some Futurama shit. And low key, I could definitely see
it'll work in a small scale in certain places. Like not everywhere.
I could definitely see like Kanye West in one of like the head jars and shit, like in Futurama.
Drastic.
Like being president of the United States in like 3022. I can see that.
We'll all be dead by 3022. That's literally 1,000 years from now. But let's say 2042. Yeah. Depending on where the world's at, maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Because we record now.
We back. If you notice, depending on how George splices this whole thing here up.
This shit ain't gonna be out until fucking December because George ain't gonna know what the fuck to do with this shit.
Well, we betting on it being out by Halloween or the few days after. So
it's
at least the audio.
This shit's gonna be out on fucking Thanksgiving.
Even though internet connections have just officially made my job harder this week, it's fine because we're gonna hope that George does his thing.
George is not.
Anyway, where I left off was I was supposed to be something while we were
Dwayne Carter slander.
I was moving off of the Dwayne Carter slander to come back to the Dwayne Carter slander. But I was saying people like, your favorites, Lil Pump, Kanye, Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, they have all come out and supported Trump. And then there was a silent
Ice Cube did not support Trump.
We'll get to that in a second. I heard something from someone I respect and love and thought that maybe,
Terry Crews?
You can shoot yourself in the face right now if you want to, or later, whichever one you want to. But
I feel like the Mount Rushmore.
I feel like that's not the answer.
Your Mount Rushmore is just a Mount Rushmore of coons.
Bitch, my Mount Rushmore is doper than yours. What are you talking about?
Yo, it's all cool. But go ahead.
Anyway, I heard one gunplay, aka Don Logan, aka Jupiter Jack. My nigga, my brother from another mother. My uncle.
Was he in a Waffle House when he made this endorsement?
No,
I know where you're going with it.
No, it was quite fitting. I think he was in his house. It was quite
Was
fitting.
there secrets anywhere?
Probably. I don't know.
It
wasn't in frame. It wasn't in frame, but I'm sure it was involved.
Not his right mind.
It was not in frame, but I'm sure it was involved.
He's not in his right mind. Ferrari Fat Boy called that nigga right after that.
Did he though?
Yeah.
Did we put that much as we love a lot of the people that we gonna talk about and have to talk about and have been talking about. We love these people, but are we sure they don't feel a way about certain things?
Ferrari Fat Boy has been on paperwork since like 1988. Like I'm sure
he was really the paperwork before 98, nigga. How many nigga was it? Come on, I mean, like we can play the game about being a cop, being a street nigga with Ross. We ain't gonna do that. That's not the caliber of conversation we choose to have on this podcast. We respect him as a dope writer and rapper, and we keep it pushing. Now, when you're talking about your man,
I believe in Ferrari
beat a life sentence. When you talking about your mans who beat a life sentence, talking about some, maybe do something that may or may not be within your best interest, depending on what type of life you live. I think that holds some weight. Now, maybe Ferrari did call him and was like, yo, you should maybe chill. But then maybe Ferrari was like,
doing all that.
I ain't gonna say nothing about this.
Making those kind of endorsements when you sign the Maybach music.
I think this week has posed a lot of great questions in hip hop because of that type of situation. Now I'm gonna play what young Don Logan said for the masses.
He shoot you in the stomach with an AK, right?
I'm sure we'll get along better than that.
No,
one of them hunkies ever motherfucking did anything for any of y'all stupid coon ass niggas, bruh. Why yo coon ass niggas, you coon ass Uncle Tom niggas talk about vote? Man, stop. That shit pissing me off, my nigga. You know what time it is, man. Vote for what? The white devil or the whiter devil? I'm going for Trump, man. I don't give a fuck. They both devils. They both hunkies. They both don't like no niggas, but one is dropping money in the hood and is entertaining as fuck. The other one is not going to be entertainment as fuck. He's not finna drop no money in no hood and finna lock all you dumbass niggas that was hitting for EDD and PPP. Your stupid ass. You better go with Trump, motherfucker, because you got more money finna go drop in the hood, your stupid ass, nigga. Let him drop that $500 billion in the hood and stop fucking acting stupid out here. Trump, go Trump 2020, bitch.
Now
I'm gonna have to hit Sir Gunplay with the coon card now.
See,
there you go.
is this week has put me, as you all like to call it, a precarious position.
All the people that you just love so much is just coon.
I don't fucking know. I don't know what's happening this year, dog. I don't get it.
You
It's
discovered
Revenge of the Idiots, and I didn't know half the niggas I thought was smart was idiots. Like you can
And
only
they
trust
cool.
Hove, dog. We can only trust Hove, flat out.
I
We can
told
only
you.
trust Hove. I already knew it,
Ass niggas.
but I thought there was a few niggas that was aligned enough to be like, we get it. You can only trust Hove,
We can only
and I'm
trust
standing
Hov.
on that. You can only
We
trust
can
Hove.
only trust Hov. That's it. That is it.
Because even when it's personal, it's
The
him.
savior of the free world is Hov. And guess what? Hov ain't never gonna want to do that and take that position.
Because he knows better. Not because
Exactly.
not meaning knows better in the sense that he can't do it, knows better in the sense that he shouldn't do it. There's a big difference with those two things. I feel like I should run president. I feel like I should be in charge of this shit. Like genuinely, if I was 35 years old and had enough money, I would be running for president against these.
I definitely would not vote for you.
You don't have to. I got 330 million other people I can look at.
I would endorse the complete opposite.
I had enough
person
money and I
that
was 35 years old, I would do it, and I would not expect to win, but I would mean well in doing it. You niggas is selfish. Biden, Trump, West, all of you niggas, whoever, all of you niggas that ran, all of you niggas that lost already on the way here, all of you niggas selfish. None of you niggas really in it for us, and y'all know it. And we know it.
right.
People that listen to this show know it. And if they don't think it, they either already know it and have gone past, ascended past that level of enlightenment, or they, like us, sitting up on the hill waiting to see what's gonna pop off. I think it's only a few of us ready to go with the shit though.
This is what I have to say.
God damn it, gunplay? Really?
This is what I have to say.
I know 33% is a lie, but fuck.
Your man's gunplay is a coon, and I hate to have to say that. And it was like, and I hate to have to be the person of integrity that believes that if I call somebody a coon that doesn't believe that they're a coon and they become offended by the fact that they're a coon, that it puts me in a position that possibly one day that I might have to have a shootout with gunplay. Now, granted,
and he will
I
shoot
might
it
win.
out with you. Well,
exactly.
At least a few years ago, we would have. I don't know about today, niggas richer and whatnot, but you know, I'm sure it's still in him. He'll slap a nigga for sure.
And I don't want to have to shoot it
he
out.
He might
with
not shoot it out with you. He already beat a life sentence, but he'll for sure fight you. I like this nigga, man.
But he cool.
Why is the niggas I like always dog? And see,
Wayne
I feel like
Kanye a coon. Why is all your heroes a
see,
coon?
but then you left out Cube and 50. I didn't
50
even know 50. I didn't even know the 50 thing was real.
Cube has never been coonish, never done nothing coonish. Was always trying to go for the approach.
This is where
your heroes are coons.
Okay, these are not my heroes. First off, hero is a deep word. Let's not misconstrue the masses here. Hero is not the word. But
my job is to create the headline.
Time out.
It's your job to read it.
Time out. Ice Cube has a meeting with. That's what I was getting at before we got cut off by the Wi-Fi. Oh, excuse me. Ice Cube has a meeting with Trump, has the opportunity to have a Zoom meeting with Kamala. I'm assuming for social distancing purposes, declines to do it. Ice Cube declines to have the meeting with the other side. And then in less than a week, we get Lil Wayne, Lil Pump, and Gunplay. Lil Pump is obviously the least important of this
I'm about to say the
section
people
of the conversation. But the nigga did lose 100,000 followers when he said vote for Trump. So, I mean, that's why I keep bringing him up.
The diehard fans of Lil Pump aren't voting anyway. They don't even know what a ballot
fans of Lil Pump are fucking 12. They can't vote. Who cares?
Even the ones that are still 12 mentally and are of legal age, they don't even know what a ballot looks like. So they could care less.
Either way, they've made 100,000 of them made their voices heard to him by unfollowing him. That's why I keep throwing him in this mix. But do we not have to maybe reconsider? Maybe not we, but I'm posing the question. We as in me and you, but I'm posing a question. Maybe, not maybe we should, but should we reevaluate this whole Ice Cube thing, because Ice Cube and Lil Wayne are talking about the same thing. This so-called platinum plan that's supposed to put $500 billion in the hood. You know what else was $500 billion? That stimulus pack that the Republicans came up with, in contrast to the $3 trillion stimulus pack that the Democrats came up with, that neither one has passed. So when you tell me you putting $500 billion in the hood, it sounds great on the surface. I'm 26. I haven't seen a lot, but I've seen enough.
It's an election year. A lot of shit gonna be said.
A lot of shit gonna be said. A lot of promises gonna be made. A lot of promises not gonna be kept neither.
Exactly.
As is with every election cycle. And that's actually really not on the fault of the politics. It's on the fault of the politicians. The fault of the politicians. So why am I seeing 30-plus-year-old black men I've been looking up to some degree for 10+ years aligning themselves with things that at best seem like a dream? Because how many times have we been promised that platinum plan without it be called a platinum plan? I don't know, but I'm posing the question because I'm pretty sure there was something about 40 acres and a mule a few hundred years ago that we never got. So when you tell me $500 billion is coming to the hood to get, come on.
You falling for the coon plan.
Not to say it's the same, but
plan.
you know, like, come on. Like,
I call it the coon
that's
plan.
like the quickest contrast I can make in my mind.
That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit. Like, look, fam. There was one thing I would say in the Kanye interview that between both Kanye and Joe Rogan had both said that I believe true, and I've said it on this podcast too, that the one motherfucker, the one nigga that had the juice to get it done and was the perfect guy to be in the position to run against Trump was Bernie. Yeah. It wouldn't be a thing. But they always tried to shut Bernie the fuck down because he's too intact. We talked
about this on the podcast. I don't know what,
multiple times.
52 weeks in a year. Yeah. So 52 times 4 weeks ago, nigga. Like, we talked about how he got his legs Karate Kid swept out from up under him just so Hillary could be like, yo, you know me though. And that's why we in this situation. Yeah, right. 2 times. Because they did it again. They just did it again with Biden, except for Biden is a easier to consume bowl of shit than Trump and Hillary.
So,
and really, not really. Because if you want to be black and you want to be technical, how many uncles, brothers, and dads you know locked up or have been locked up and or are dead because of that shit that he helped go through? We ain't gonna get in all of that. Just vote for Biden so we get this idiot out. But come on. Like,
you know what?
We'll transfer to that if he wins on Tuesday. Then we'll go to those problems.
I'm gonna be the nigga to say
then, I don't want to hear that.
I'm gonna be the nigga to say it one time. I'm gonna need Bernie Sanders on the $1 bill.
Great replacement. Yeah.
I need that.
Great replacement.
That's what I need. We need a vote for that too.
And let's be honest, look similar. It's not that big a change.
Not that big of a change. But I'm gonna need Bernie. Really. I'm gonna need Bernie on the single. For real. Matter of fucking fact, where them Harriet Tubman 20s?
Yeah, wasn't that supposed to happen like 5 years ago?
Yeah, where them Harriet Tubman 20s?
Well, you know, I mean, who knows? I mean, they said it was a good idea. They said they had approved it, but
God damn it, let's put Frederick Douglass on the motherfucking 50.
Okay, now we getting a little extremist here.
Nah, nigga, I'm going there. I'm going there. I am going all the way fucking
Next
there.
thing you're gonna be saying, putting Farrakhan on the $100 bill. God damn it, calm down.
No, but he get his own bill too. He get the $35 bill.
As much as we want it to happen, no, he doesn't. No, he does not. No, he does not. I want to see it too, but no, it's never gonna happen. I think it's just as valid as you think it is, but no.
I'm gonna put Dr. Umar on the 5, nigga, if I become president.
That's that end of America they was talking about. See, if Biden wins, black people gonna infiltrate the dollar, and it's gonna be a problem.
That's hilarious.
Gonna have Dr. Umar.
Donations.
Oh my God. You could never, you don't give that man
I
a
love.
dollar bill while he alive. You can't give
Look,
Dr.
nigga,
Umar no shit like that. You gotta give him that when he dead. Dr. Umar don't know how to handle that type of notoriety. That man will lose his fucking mind more than he has.
that's why you gotta
And I
give that
love
man
him.
his.
I do. I love him. I talk
That's
shit
why you
about him a
gotta give
lot,
him
but I
his
love him.
flowers while he
I do.
alive, my nigga. That's why you gotta give him his flowers while he alive.
Not that many flowers though. Like a few.
You gotta put that.
Give him a
You gotta
bouquet, not a store.
give him his flowers while he alive. Put that man on the 5.
That was a bar,
Yeah.
but no.
Put him on the 5.
No. Obama over Umar, my nigga. And if you put Obama on the 5, I'm slapping somebody.
Obama
That
on,
nigga need to be on at least 100.
Obama on the C notes.
Okay, so you want a race war to happen, huh?
It's gonna happen anyway, nigga. This bitch shit been inevitable. The fuck you mean? The fuck you mean?
Nigga said,
It's just inevitable. This shit is inevitable. Cause guess what? Cause remember how fucking silent the races went when Obama became president. Like them niggas chilled the fuck out. Now they didn't have you know what I'm saying, they grand wizard of fucking racism and shit, like in office for the past 4 years, and he gets a chance to win again. Now, if he, like, granted, I hope he loses, and if he does lose and shit, you will have these motherfuckers all amped up on every reason whatsoever that the reason why it's gonna be an asterisk next to it. They're gonna be like, oh, the only reason he won because of the pandemic. Joe Biden won. The only reason Joe Biden won was because of this. The only reason Joe Biden was because of that. The fucking white lash would be so much worse than it was. It's gonna be a race war. And if you still put it in the position of he wins, there's definitely a race war anyway. So either way, Judgment Day is inevitable. In the words of in the words of the great Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was probably one of the worst governors of California. But yeah.
So you think no matter what? So you think no matter what, after November 3rd, America will be in either episode 9 or 11. See what I did there? Of the series finale.
We're gonna be halfway through episode 11. 12 gonna be at the end of like December of next year.
Nah, 12 will be in February.
Nah.
That's if it has 12 seasons. That's why I said episode 9 or episode 11. Because it's episode 12 coming up or is episode 10 coming up? And that's the series finale.
It's a build up.
That's the finale.
And you know, but you know how TV is constructed today, nigga. The last like hour and a half between episodes 11 and 12 is usually when everything kicks up into an extra fucking gear.
That's why I say February.
And then you get the finale. That's why I say I give it a full fucking all year before everything gets very, very bad. Walmart scared, my nigga. They done pulled all their guns and ammo. All they shit.
No. They put them right back because people got mad.
They put them back?
Yeah, people got mad about them pulling them, so they put them back. It's Walmart. What do you want?
I feel bad for those people who had to deal with putting all those guns away and was about to transfer them out to some other store, and now they had to deal with the process of having to reprocess them shits back into the system.
Oh, niggas on Facebook is mad. Gotta change course.
That's a bitch. That's a bitch. That's why you should get some very high grade military rounds and shit, in which I've gotten since the pandemic and shit has started and this race war has started. The only thing I don't have is an RPG.
Has not started. See, that's that Alex Jones shit. Stop it. That's that Alex Jones shit. Stop it.
I don't have no RPG, and I don't have any hand grenades. So I need to talk to Ice-T about getting some hand grenades. That's like the first thing.
I was gonna say hand grenades are probably easier to get right now.
I mean, I just know Ice-T sold hand grenades before. He even said it. So it's like,
you know what?
You know the guy where I can get some hand grenades.
Fuck the hand grenades. Who's selling toilet tissue? Because I'm gonna have to wipe my ass no matter which way this shit go. if it's a race war, if it's a season finale, and we
If
all
there's a
die,
bullet in
I
your
gotta
ass,
wipe
it
my
ain't gonna
ass
matter.
either way. You right. If I die with that, you right. But that's assuming I leave the house. I need toilet paper in the house, or niggas come in the house. If niggas come in the house, everybody dying. But while I'm in the house,
What if you
I
get
need
shot on the toilet, nigga?
then that's just bad timing. And I guess the way I was supposed to go, which would be in line comedically with the rest of my life. It would just be a shame that movie never gets made. Because that movie needs, at this point, that movie needs to be made. If my life isn't a comedy, then what the fuck is a comedian's life?
Yeah.
And that's coming from a nigga that's not a comedian. The fuck is a comedian's life?
I'm just gonna let you know, District. You gonna need some bullets and some guns and like some bullets and some guns
and toilet tissue.
Like
all three are very important, just like food and water.
Like there's sticks all in this bitch, nigga. Like under the bed, in the closet, nigga.
Don't turn into a Detroit nigga right now and just start going.
No. But if I reach under what I'm sitting at, it's like what I'm sitting at right now, it could turn into a training day real fast.
Like, you had that look on your face for a second, like, yo, I wish it. Yeah, all right.
Like, I'm sitting at the front of my crib right now in my office. If I had the reason to see like an op walking towards my, oh my god, you fucked up right today. For you, it's very bad. For you, it's bad.
See,
for me, it's like, oh,
you're still making it personal. I'm more on.
Yes, racism to me is personal. And my dealings
is personal when it's personal. It's business when it's business. Maybe that's why you call me a coon and a Republican, because to me, it's personal when it's personal and it's business when it's business. Every white dude you deal with, no matter how systematically connected or privileged he is, may or may not have a thing out for you personally. Now, the reason you don't see some shit or get some shit, maybe
can we pause this?
That. We can. I need to take a piss.
All right, pause this. I need to retrieve my food.
All right, bet.
Okay.
And we probably won't forget where we left off at, so we'll be back. And we're back.
Yeah, but thinking about, because we were talking about like, because my Grubhubs, DoorDash driver had a
right. Nobody Grubhubs.
Yeah, not anymore. Like it's 2020.
Like that was the first thing, and then DoorDash.
Yeah, that was the first thing. You know what I'm saying? That was 2014. But like
Postmates, DoorDash.
Exactly. Who the fuck's
with Grubhub?
Who the fuck's Grubhubs? Nigga. Anyway, like so, in Michigan, the Michigan State U of M rivalry is a really big thing, and I always had
go green,
bro. And it's a racial thing to me, and to a degree,
it can be to some.
It's like I wouldn't say it's white versus black, but it's definitely, in my opinion, Republican versus Democrat.
Kinda
because it's like the prissy, the asshole, the overly capitalistic Michigander and shit, or it's like always a U of M fan for the most part.
What is an overly capitalistic Michigander? Because I think Michigander
Mitt Romney.
Underlining Mitt Romney's from Utah. That doesn't count. And he's half Mexican. That doesn't count. You didn't know Mitt Romney was half Mexican? His dad's Mexican.
He's born in Mexico. Stop putting these labels on people. We don't share the same thing.
No, that is a fact. Like Mitt Romney's dad is Mexican, and he was born. No, he's a white man. He's born in Mexico, so technically he's Mexican. So by default, Mitt Romney is like half white, half Mexican / white. Because Mitt Romney's like dad. Mitt Romney's dad's dad is Mexican. Like his granddad is Mexican. So like
how much weed did grow? It don't matter to me.
Yeah, ask the Romneys, nigga. I don't know.
Apparently enough to where he can become overly capitalistic and live in Utah. So
I don't know if living in Utah or being Mitt Romney is overly capitalistic. That seems like genuine white man capitalism.
that's why it was easy
of the original degree.
That's why it was easy for me to make the deliberation that I wasn't going to vote for Mitt Romney, even though, like,
Mitt
when
Romney,
it came down to
vote for him. I like him. I just wouldn't vote for him.
Exactly.
I like John McCain. But I wouldn't vote for him. I love John McCain more than compared to Mitt Romney and John McCain. I would love John McCain.
Rest in peace. Respected John McCain. Let me put it
prisoner
like
of war soul. Like rest in peace to the
I
God.
Respected. I respected John McCain. I want to say
that's the way to put it.
I respected him.
I respect John McCain more than Mitt Romney. That's why I say.
And I respect.
I could rock.
I will definitely say this too. With his battle with the first, because I was a teenager. I could only spectate on the Obama election where he first ran against them.
See, but I remember the Bush joint. I was rooting for McCain in 01 before 9/11. That's how long I've been into politics and watching the news. I was rooting for McCain in 01. I ain't even care about Democrats.
We're not gonna go down the wormhole of how I feel if the world would be if Gore would have became president.
We're not, right? Like that's a whole other episode. That's a special. That's a special.
Matter of fact, the world that Kanye wants to create would have existed 12 years ago if Al Gore, who was already his president.
Big facts.
Those are big facts.
Big facts.
But I can only spectate the campaign between McCain and Obama, and when I walked away from that it was like, I won. I just wanted Obama to win, duh. But the way McCain conducted himself through the campaign, leading up all the way through, even with the L, was admirable. That was a sportsman. That was
a real nigga.
Yeah, that was
even though he wasn't a nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was quote unquote a real nigga.
That's a man of honor. That's a man of honor. And that
right.
And that to me, and to me, to a degree, even if Obama would have lost,
honorable.
Seeing that, if McCain would have won,
because the nigga actually meant well. He just was saying wild shit and didn't really know it. He didn't really.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying wild shit and was like, "Yo, I know it's wild, nigga. Rock with me." Like this.
Yeah.
Like,
and sometimes you have ridiculous ass claims when you can't lift your arms up over your head. Sometimes that happens.
Sometimes when you become a prisoner of war, niggas poke your shoulders to death. That just happens.
Is what's the name still cold? Is Sarah Palin still cold?
Not as cold as the daughter that wasn't as cold as she grew up to be. She Sarah Palin is now soccer mom cold. Where she was in that weird middle space between soccer mom cold and like MILF cold. She's now soccer mom cold. The daughter is like thought cold.
Okay, for sure. What we don't explain enough, and I think this should be acknowledged. We haven't talked about this on this podcast, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Let's be real. Kamala Harris cold. She cold.
In her own way, yes, sir.
She is cold.
I have my own reservations about Kamala. I know they say she's the most liberal motherfucker on the whatever. I know they, I had my when she was. I ain't gonna go into it, but I got my own reservations about her. But as we gonna say, we gonna say just in general, yeah. Like just
I watched
if Kamala wasn't Kamala and it was just like you just seen her because she be in a Panera Bread somewhere. You just walked into a
she called in the Panera Bread.
You just walk into a Panera Bread, you see her with her little shit on, you be like
at 12:30 on lunch hour. How you doing?
Oh, you a singer? How you doing this year? What you doing this weekend? My name's
Capitol Hill lit.
Nigga. I feel like I could catch Kamala in a Panera and get her. And that's not like downgrading Kamala. If anything, I'm upgrading myself when I say that. Like
I'm gonna keep this a beam, fam. Like I was watching a documentary on Clarence Avant. Shout out to The Godfather on Netflix, like on Netflix and shit. She was in it. And it was like the first time, because the debates to me don't highlight the faces of people that well. And it was like this was like a year and a half ago. I would say about a year ago when this documentary came out. And I'm looking at it, and it's like she's in it. I'm like, you know what? She cool. I could vote for that. I could vote for that.
Nigga, fuck voting, nigga. The vote ain't got nothing to do with it. If Kamala wasn't cool, like I said, if Kamala Harris wasn't Kamala Harris, and you just ran into this little light-skinned black girl from fucking Compton or wherever part of California she from, you just ran into her in the Panera Bread and was like, oh, hey, how you doing? You can't tell me you ain't gonna have the time of your life for her.
Principal code.
Look, she married a white man for a reason. I'm not saying that's like a good or bad thing, but she married a white man for a reason. I don't believe it's terrible. I don't believe it's a terrible thing. I think my man just know what he's doing.
He don't.
I don't know. I feel like I could do it better, of course, but I don't know. I feel like if Kamala gave me the chance to eat her ass,
you gonna be the one person out of the crew to end up with a white woman.
Huh?
You gonna be the one person out of the crew to end up with a white woman.
It's a toss-up for me, so I don't know. It could be anything. At this point, it could be anything. White is the more, I guess,
the speech I'm gonna give at your wedding is gonna be gonna be great. As the speech I'm gonna give at your wedding is gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing.
Think you doing that? Time out. I didn't get a speech at your wedding. You think you get one at mine? No.
Absolutely.
Your brother got a speech and I didn't. Probably for a reason, I'm assuming. Yes. You think you're getting one at mine?
Yes.
You didn't want me speaking in front of your family and friends for a reason. And your wife's family and friends for a reason.
No, I just had one choice at my wedding, so it was like, all right, it just makes more sense.
Well, if you only had one choice,
I only had one choice.
That was your fault.
I only had one choice.
You couldn't negotiate your brother and friends, nigga. How you couldn't negotiate that? That sounds like the easiest negotiation ever.
Nah, that was a lot.
For a wedding,
a lot of pressure on y'all. That would be a lot.
It wouldn't, enough for me. I'd have freestyled it anyway.
Yeah, but like, that's you. But then I would have to depend on George and Joker.
Joker would have wrote something.
Yeah, he would have wrote something. But then there's like the pressure of having him, like him having to write something. Not for me, but it's like I'm putting pressure on him to write something heartfelt and shit or something dope. And then it's like, depending on how he take it and shit, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I'm saying? George can't even put up a fucking podcast on time. So it's like, there you go. You know what I
mean? I think we touched on all the political subjects we touch on, bro.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half into this.
Is it been an hour and a half?
I don't know anymore.
Oh my God.
We got cut off at like 42 minutes in. And God knows how long we've been recording now. It's not like we've been recording the whole time because there was a break in between where
talked
off camera. No, we only talked about politics so far. We haven't talked about anything else.
Hip hop and politics kind of intertwined this week. We couldn't really avoid it.
We talked about Wayne, 50 Trump, Joe Rogan.
Brett Favre a bitch nigga too, because I guess you can't not be a coon. I mean, he can't be a coon because
before we
he
get
already
into
white.
Before we get into this, I just gotta say, shout out to Pop Smoke, won Best New Artist BET Award. Rest in peace, Pop.
Yeah, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Rhapsody won Best Lyricist this year too, which I thought was well deserved. That Eve project is fucking amazing, and it's very well Rhapsody. She won Best Lyricist.
That's why I saw. Okay, I was wondering why I seen a bunch of black chicks like sending her like a bunch of emojis and shit like that was like.
I retweeted that shit. And I'm raising my daughter, so it's like
I didn't even know.
Like I'm all about I don't pay attention. Female pride and shit. And that shit was like, and I follow Rhapsody too. And like when I see, I felt good. I was like, yo, finally motherfuckers are acknowledging her and shit like for
But
her
Rhapsody the type of
lyrical
motherfucker
game.
she need a Grammy. Not
She
okay.
do.
Wait. I said that. I said
But
that.
I'm
No. Time out. I said that wrong.
but
I said that wrong. I said that wrong. She doesn't need a Grammy. She doesn't need any award because she's dope enough to just be recognized as being dope.
She just needs she needs
the accolade of a
yeah.
Grammy is bigger than a BET award. So
Because
I feel like
in my
she's
opinion,
in that tier.
she out rapping every female in the game right now.
Except for one
maybe
or two
other than I'm about to say other than Crimson Alchemist, maybe. Yeah. Like
Crimson Alchemist is like
Crimson
probably,
Alchemist and a Rhapsody feature would be oh my God. My God.
Y'all thought, okay, put it like this. Y'all thought Rhapsody was the best rap
or
artist,
whatever the fuck
female?
it is, and just put it in my daughter's room and frame it and be like, yo, look at this shit every single day. Whatever the fuck this shit says, like, believe it.
I can't wait till that girl get a plaque. No cap, nigga. I can't wait till that girl get a plaque.
Man.
She was just saying on Twitter the other day, God damn it, I'm making it my business to be mentioned in the conversation of female artists from the Midwest, nigga. She just put that on Twitter.
Well, fucking deserved. She should.
Yeah, I think she deserves it now. But yeah,
I think
the fact she said I'm making it my business to make sure that happens. That's some shit. That's some cold
Rhapsody
shit.
From Crow's ass, like North Carolina or some shit, nigga. Like Crimson Alchemist from Detroit. Like no one thinks about the Midwest when we think about rap regions and shit.
I hate to say this. She's from Crow's ass, Detroit. She's from the East Side. Everybody know it need lotion is from Detroit.
First off, nigga, everybody know what I'm saying. Bruh, stop playing. Stop trying to play the East Side, bruh. Stop trying to play the East Side.
I'm not playing the East Side.
I'm from the North End. I'm just saying, like, stop doing that, bruh.
Look, I'm from the North End / the West Side. I mingled in both. I just know every time I came on the East Side, it was, it was outside of the girl I was dating. You were one of
very few niggas.
Outside of the girl I was dating on the East Side, everything needed lotion but her, because she lotioned herself properly. I'd even help sometimes on her back. It was very sexy and sensual.
Nigga, you hung around in the places on the West Side where the air needed lotion. How the fuck are you gonna talk about the East Side bitches?
Cause
I've been with you to the places that you've been to on the West Side.
The air
needed lotion, nigga. I felt like I needed to drink a bottle of like a Vaseline, nigga, after I left those areas, nigga, just so my lungs could be properly lubed so I could breathe. Come the fuck home.
Isn't that an easier out than pulling up somewhere where you like, whoa? Yeah, all of these niggas is cocoa free. And by cocoa, I mean butter. You cocoa butter free. How you cocoa butter free and you black? On the East Side of Detroit. That's not fair.
Look, man.
The black people and Detroit.
Look, all I'm judging by this. First place I ever got into a shootout was on the West Side. Okay. So my allegiance is not to where like
you ain't even the East Side nigga. That ain't even. This is turning into some bodega boys right now. This ain't a Detroit podcast, guy.
Prior to hanging around you and George so much, I was on the East Side, nigga. Well, to a degree, because I hung around like most East Side niggas.
Hanging on the East
7 Mile
Side,
and Van Dyke. That's where I was hanging out at.
Hanging on the East Side and hanging out with East Side niggas does not by default make you an East Side nigga.
No, I'm a North End
nigga that chills on the East Side.
Yeah, and you two different North End nigga that chills on the West Side.
No, I was a North End nigga that chilled on the West Side and the Southwest. And then the Southwest shit ended up bleeding over into the North End, which I no longer could help. So, life. Nigga.
Shut up, nigga. Shout out to the Dodgers.
Oh, they won the World Series.
Yeah.
Speaking of street niggas, how many street niggas you know that have gone from repping the Lakers, the Raiders, the Dodgers, the Rams, whoever the fuck it was in their city, to turn around celebrating just to get killed over some dumb shit? How retarded is that? Imagine going to a rally for some niggas,
Nigga, that's
a
every
sports team.
fucking championship ever. What you mean?
No, but I'm saying, imagine going there and losing your life and you didn't even know you
niggas got killed in Kansas City after them niggas won a Super Bowl.
I heard a nigga died at what they had
what the fuck you mean?
The parade. They had a little mini parade for the Dodgers and the nigga died. How you get trampled by Dodgers fans, nigga?
Of course, nigga.
I'm a Dodgers fan. I'm not even from LA. Or a baseball fan for that fact.
I fuck with the Dodgers.
I'm not even a baseball fan though. I can just play. I don't even know how the game works.
Magic is that nigga, dog. Like, Magic's that nigga. That's why I want to go Dodgers.
Oh, that
explains a lot. Go Dodgers. That's Magic shit. I've been rocking with the Dodgers for a minute. But I'm very happy that them niggas won. But them niggas have been like, they were like Golden State, where they was like almost just there every other year. Like, all right, we need to do this. We need this, and we can win it. And they would each year not get there and just come up short. They finally got that bitch. First win since, World Series since 1988. You know what I mean? God damn it. Which also
88?
means, because, 88. Wow. Which also means, in my heart and soul, that this just means it's a good omen that the Golden State Warriors will bust everybody's ass.
Okay, now
and when
reaching again, he's reaching.
And win 197 games next year.
Hey, that many games in the season.
Exactly, my nigga. That's what I'm saying. We ain't gonna lose. We aren't gonna lose.
That's not how
we ain't gonna lose.
That's not how this current Warrior structure is going to work. I mean, I know that's how you want it to work. Just like I wanted the Lakers.
Klay Thompson has been using CBD to recover from his ACL injury, which means weed is in his system. Which everybody knows that we gonna win everything.
Everybody knows CBD without THC is bullshit. Stop playing. Shit ain't help his knees. You know what helped his knees? THC he didn't tell you about.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here.
Him and Bosco, his English bulldog, have been smoking weed this entire offseason, this entire year, like doing fucking recovery and shit. And we gonna come back and bust everybody at. Everybody at.
I've said it once, I'll say it twice.
We're gonna trade the first pick. We're gonna trade the first pick. We're gonna come through with some mega shit. Then we're gonna get Giannis next year in off season.
You sound retarded as
we gonna go crazy.
Yo, I am a guy that does not pay attention to shit on Sports Center, and nigga, you sound crazy as fuck.
We go crazy.
You sound crazy as fuck.
Oh no, Steph my man. He already been out there fucking recruiting.
Steph can be your man.
Crazy.
Steph also tried to bring back Under Armour, and that ain't work. Outside of his shoe, that ain't work.
Nigga, it wasn't even like, bruh. Off the rips, nigga, it became like that. The company alone, just with his shoes and shit, like made $1.6 billion in revenue from that first year, nigga. It wasn't even worth that.
Okay, Kanye did double. Kanye did double that with Gap. Kanye did double that with Gap. Kanye did double that with Gap.
Niggas don't shop at the Gap.
Okay, you shop at Under Armour.
Interview.
Right, so shop at Under Armour. And what's wrong with shopping at both?
Nigga,
why you can't buy your girl? Why you can't buy your daughter a pair of Steph Curry, whatever number they on, and a Yeezy t-shirt from the Gap?
Because
not the homeless joint, from the Gap.
Because my daughter doesn't wear Gap because we swag, and real shit, I haven't been able to find a pair of like Steph Curry's in her fucking size and shit.
I think you might have to do like that one little girl did during last year's finals and just like write Aisha, and hopefully Aisha get it to Steph, and then Steph tell Under Armour like, "Yo,
you know what? That might work. That might work because I've been an advocate for Aisha Curry and shit because she been a goddess and shit, but I don't be saying nothing because Steph my man's and shit, and everybody be trying to go ham on her, bruh. And it's like, yo, just let this.
I don't get that either.
Yeah, let this woman live, yo. All she be trying to do is be cooking for her husband, raise her kids and shit, and be looking like the goddess that she do, and everybody be hating.
That's fuck nigga. I know. I think that's
That be fuck
that's
bitches
bitch ass.
too. That be fuck bitches too.
That's what I mean by fuck niggas. Like bitch ass motherfuckers, just niggas and bitches. Like that's just like as a group. I think it's a group of people that's hating on that. Cause how do you hate someone that is obviously undyingly loyal to the person they're with for whatever reason and for however long they've been that way, and then you try to fucking tell her who she is and what she about by some pictures she posting just to do some shit. It'd be one thing if she was thotting on the side and then you hear about her and stuff arguing and then she would have
You
been
ain't never heard of
it'd be one
Aisha
thing if
Curry
it
la-laing for
that's
shit.
that's what I'm saying. It'd be one thing if you heard that type of shit. Like if Steph had another bitch and it was like, oh, is he doing this? And is she do and then that shit happened. These motherfuckers are happily married with I don't know how many kids, 2, 3 kids.
3 of them.
And yeah, she wanna she wanna post a nigga. I love when my girl feel good about herself and send a picture of
Look,
herself feeling good about herself to me.
God
I
damn it,
love
you right.
that. Like,
God
what are
damn
you
it.
talking
God damn.
about?
Look, fam. Like I've been saying, Aisha Curry been a goddess. I hate the fact that it's like niggas like myself who got a goddess of their own have to remind this goddess like, yo, you good. You
What's wrong?
good.
You good. Chill.
You
Fuck no.
good.
You good.
Steph said you good. We saying you good. Doug
Good.
Nation saying you good. You good.
I don't think she be
Like,
worried
I
about
don't
it
know.
like that. I think the shit just get blown up to that degree. I don't think a chick like
It
her really
do.
even.
It
I don't think.
do.
To the
They
degree where it
they
like
tried
is
to
fucking up
hate
her
on
day.
Shawty.
I don't
They
think it's
tried
fucking
they
up
tried
her
to
day.
Ice Cube Shawty because she went blind, bruh.
Like I said, they tried.
And I'm like, come on, fam.
Is that an
Come
acronym
on.
now? Are we ice cubing people? Is that an acronym now? Was that
I'm making it a
strong?
thing.
Was that
I'm making it a
strong
thing.
though?
Yes, because I feel like it's the most fucked up thing ever that you tried to coon Ice Cube. That's like the
Compared to
most
the rest of this
preposterous
beat,
shit of
I
all of
mean,
2020.
okay, and that's another
But
thing.
you
Not
trying
that
to coon Ice Cube, my nigga?
we can tie this in with Aisha and with politics. Wayne met with Trump and said he had a great meeting with him. Didn't say he supported him, but he took a picture, said he had a great meeting with him. Steve Harvey, Kanye West, few
He had
niggas
some
that
nut
have
on his
done
lip.
that exact. It's a few niggas that have done that exact same thing though. So that's what I was talking about, kind of with the Ice Cube thing. Like, do we reconsider? And this might sound very Republican. I'm sure it will, and it should.
But look at
Honestly, it
that
should.
picture that Ice Cube took, and then look at that picture that motherfucking Lil Wayne took.
And then
One
look
got
at
nut on
what
his chin.
I
The other
didn't.
one don't.
I didn't see the picture that Ice Cube took. I saw the picture that Lil Wayne took, and I saw what 50 Cent said that I thought was bullshit that I found out was then true. And then I saw the shit and heard the shit that we all just saw and heard, or heard at least, that Gunplay said.
Do you know how hard it is to delete Get Rich or Die Trying off of your Apple library?
Do you
Do you
know how
know?
hard it? Do you know how
Do you
hard it?
like?
Okay,
I'm
okay,
like,
okay, okay,
before we out
okay.
of here, on some
You
shit.
really going
I'm
here?
gonna just let you. Do
You
you
really going here?
know? Do you
You
know how hard that shit is?
Do you know how hard it was for some niggas to delete TP3, 2, bump and grind, and ignition off of they fucker? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Like, shut up.
No, y'all was discussing anyway because you already knew he was a rapist.
Everybody fucked the ignition before we acknowledged he was a rapist. Shut up. We've been listening to Ignition since before we started fucking and we fucked to Ignition. Shut up, nigga.
Exactly. But now today, as grown individuals, and then we know better. It's like thinking there's a Santa Claus, and now there's not. You know better. You're an adult.
Okay, we always knew Wayne was an idiot to some degree. We all
Look, my nigga, I saw that original. I saw that other interview that surfaced up from a couple years ago when he was schooling, and I was like, "Yep, I was right."
Okay,
I was
that's
right.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't say
right
he's
like
an idiot, but you can say he is a person that is not in the same bubble as like us, week to week or month to month. Like really looking at the condition of things. He's a motherfucker
I
that
can never listen to the Free
focuses on his
Weezy album
experiences
again.
that he's at, kind of like Kanye. Huh?
I can never listen to the Free Weezy album again, my nigga. I can't.
You taking shit too
I can't.
You taking shit too
I
far.
can't.
You taking shit
I
too
can't.
far. You taking shit too
Jeezy.
far.
Jeezy wrote the
You taking
recession, bro.
shit too far.
I live by that
Are
shit.
you serious? You taking shit too far.
Jeezy wrote the recession.
Who?
Jeezy.
Okay. And
I ain't with the corner.
Wayne
bro.
wrote Georgia. What's your point? On the drought, Wayne wrote Georgia. So what?
And Wayne a coon.
If that's the cop out, then there's no,
Coon.
I mean, what are you talking about? What's the cop out?
No, is he a coon, nigga?
See, that's why I said, is it?
He's the individual. He's the individual between him and O'Shea Jackson Sr., who had nut on his face. He is that individual. Dwayne Carter had nut on his face in that picture, and when he took,
Where's Curtis?
Oh, he had nut on his nose.
You the guy that just said how hard it was to not listen to Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, because he cool. It's hard.
And that's the other thing I wanted to wait. Let's talk about what 50 said. Let's talk about what 50 said, because I didn't think, or what I've heard that 50 said, because I didn't hear the whole story. I didn't think it was real when I heard it. I thought it was a fake post, just like they fake post with 50 all the time, because 50 says wild shit. So a lot of wild shit is believable that he would say. I didn't think it was true because I heard other people say it wasn't true that were also credible.
That's what I heard as well.
It was credible in my opinion. So
yeah,
when he came out and was like, yeah. When you say time out, and this is
exactly why in the analogy. This is exactly why in the analogy a couple weeks ago when we talk about who was Young Buck and who was who in G Unit, and I said I was game because I don't fuck with none of this shit. I'm aside from it. I'm over here doing my thing. Y'all niggas kick me out. This is exactly why. Game is game and 50 is 50.
Time out. You deemed yourself as game, nigga.
Yeah.
You deemed yourself that. So let's not let that go unnoticed in that analogy.
I'm definitely game. I'm game for real.
And like I said, who is 50?
There was no 50 in this analogy. Which we were talking, there was no 50.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, though, if you're a nigga that, I don't know, is willing to do or accept certain things, then you gonna do and accept certain things. And if I make $20 million a year, let's just say for the sake of conversation, let's say I make $20 million a year, and I get word.
Serve up this cone sandwich. There we go.
I get word that a nigga want to tax me 33% of what I already pay half on, pretty much. I mean, when you get a check, I mean, the more money you get, the more they take. That's a fact. That's not even an opinion.
Okay.
You tell me when I make $20 million a year, you want to take 30 plus the half, 33 plus the half. So that means that 20 turns into like, I'm not great with math. Let's say 20 turns into 8, 12. I don't know. Yeah. If you telling me if I vote for this guy, that's going to happen. I love everybody and I love where I came from and the people I come from. But who does it help if I'm more broke? That's the selfish way to look at it.
Yeah,
and that's the way I think they're looking at it. But I mean, come on.
That's the difference between you and I.
No, I'm not saying that's my position. I'm saying if I was in the position, I understand the idea. If I was in the position and I had 20 million to give away, and you told me after I've been making, let's say you talking about 50 Cent, I've been making at least $5+ million a year.
Nigga, the
For the
country broke.
last time out. I've been making 5+. I'm 50 Cent. I've been making $5+ million a year for the last going on 20 years. We talking about 18 years at this point. The nigga came out in 02, 01. He been popping since 03. We talking about 18 years at this point.
Popping,
We talking about 18 years at this point. If you tell me I went from 5 to 20, we just using the scale I brought up. Well, from 5 to 20, and then at 20, I gotta pay 30. Yeah, I might be okay with that. But if I'm 50 and I made 100 here, 20 there, 40 here, 50 there, 30 here, 20 there, and I got all these album sales, and it's to the point that, like, kind of like Kanye and arguably Lil Wayne, my catalog isn't what everybody's flocking to. You either like me or you don't at this point. Yeah, I want to keep my money. What's wrong with that? Does that mean you should support some shit that's completely against everything you and your people? No, but understandable as a thought, not as an execution.
Wayne the Coon. No, it's solidified. It's solidified.
This is arguable as Cube and 50.
No.
And Gunplay. You know what I mean? Can you imagine what if Rick Ross come out tomorrow and say, yeah, I mean, I ain't voting for Trump, but I mean, how y'all gonna
That's gonna do
Gunplay, nigga?
atrocious
like what you talking about, bro? I ain't trying. I'm trying to keep my shit. What if every rapper we fuck with just came out like some of the ones that have come out other than Hove? Because Hove is obviously the only person that doesn't seem to
listen
feel
to Hove music forever.
I
can listen to Hove music only forever.
I mean, you never know. Hove might break your heart one day too. But
goddamn,
he's the only one that hasn't yet consistently. And that he's the only one I've looked up to personally consistently that hasn't done that.
J. Cole, Kendrick, everybody at TD pretty much.
We ain't talking about new niggas. We ain't talking about new niggas.
Everybody at Rock Nation pretty much.
Goats. We talking about solidified goats. Cube, 50, Wayne, Jay. We
1/3 of
already. Solidified already. Not niggas that's going
1/3 of Interscope
already out. Not niggas is active right now. Because all of them niggas are arguably inactive whenever they
2% of capital in Atlantic apiece.
Never happening.
Like I said, just 2%. But like,
who are you when you're asking for that 2%? Are you Cardi when you're asking for that 2%? Because that might happen.
No, I'm saying 2% of individuals that aren't coonish. Or that probably are there that aren't coons.
That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work for capital in Atlantic because
that's the problem a lot of you motherfuckers have. A lot of you motherfuckers that agree with this little Mexican half motherfucker that called me a coon and a Republican all the time. A lot of you motherfuckers have a problem with just accepting the fact that this shit is what it
is. Coons?
It's what it is. It's business. You either got to make this shit work or you don't make it work. And if you don't make it work, you're gonna be broke like everybody else. And you either gotta accept it or keep trying.
No, you
drive yourself crazy trying. You gotta drive yourself crazy trying. Which one is it?
You dumb motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with you people? You're already like everybody's already like for the rich, you already rich, right? So if you taking a like if you taking a tag, like nigga, we ain't going into that shit.
No, if you got $100 million, you might not feel as rich as a nigga with $1 billion.
Look, my nigga.
Birdman don't feel the same way as Jeff Bezos, bro.
Look, fam. I look at it like this: from the bottom down to the from the bottom down to the side, up to the top. If I'm broke, and I know that the rich are being taxed more to influence to make my neighborhood, my community, the impoverished community, more affluent and to help it succeed, I'm all for that. because that's what we need. And if I am from someone that has money, that's affluent, I look at it numbers wise. And if I'm coming from a business society, like look at it like this. All right, there's only X amount, very low percentage of really wealthy individuals in the United States of America. The rest of the country is non-wealthy, impoverished, kind of fucked up.
It's like
so if they can't consume my product because they're broke, whatever it may be, my service because they're broke, and within a recession,
well,
because there's no
because
wait, let me cook, because of this, that, and the other that limits the growth of that community, which is the majority. We're the minority when it comes down to financial state. Then so as a countrywide, if we got more money going into the impoverished communities to help them rise up, that helps me rise up eventually. So if I can motherfucking take, so if I gotta bite this bullet, and let's just say through 3 presidential cycles, so 12 years. If I gotta bite this, if I have to bite this fucking bullet and shit for this certain period of time, I'm still wealthy, but I'm paying a little bit more out in taxes. But in the long run, at the end of this 12-year run, I don't have to pay that same amount of taxes no more, because the country's state is still is in a better place.
Yeah, it's a better deal.
And now the people who are the majority, and while I'm the minority financially, can now afford more readily my services or products that I am like push out in front of them and market towards them, and they can consume. That's fucking business. That's thinking outside the box. You're thinking like farther ahead than right to fuck now.
Oh, that's good business that works for everybody. The problem is with capitalism, it's not how business always works. Sometimes you lose. A lot of the times you lose. And then sometimes everybody wins. And then sometimes you're the winner and they're the loser. Even when you didn't want them to lose. You might have wanted them to get what they wanted.
And that's why you got to know where you living, where you at, what you doing, and what's going on around you. That's my point of like, all right, if we playing this fucking capitalistic game, that's fine. If we playing a democracy game,
in the guise
that's fine
of what
too.
we're talking about, all of those things are included: democracy, fucking capitalism, fucking the idea of a world without it. That's
but what we're saying is capital. We're saying democracy for some. We're saying capitalistic and affluent society and communities for some, not all.
There's
so a lot of us are
under the system. That's impossible. You have to have somebody at the top. You have to have somebody at the bottom. You have to have somebody in the middle. The system that currently exists, that we have grown up under and that we live under and that we achieve to strive and have our own goals and achievements met under, is a system where there's winners and losers. There's niggas at the top, there's niggas in the bottom, and there's niggas in the middle. And then if you're a nigga like me,
my whole point,
sometimes we end up in the middle of like 2 of those things, where you end up in the middle of, like, I don't know about you per se, like for like exact instance, but for myself, I've been in the middle of middle class and poverty plenty of times. I've been in that weird middle space between, like, I think most people are in that. Most people are in that weird middle space where it's like, if I get 2 more checks, I can live a little bit better. If I miss 2 checks, my life is over.
Yeah. But I've come from the society. We come from and grew up in the society where there was still a legit middle class. And a lot of us that were, but what I'm saying is a lot of us that were in that middle class that no longer, like when the recession hit, no longer lived within that. We were impoverished. You know what I'm saying? In that type of financial situation.
It's crazy moving from like what seems like it's supposed to be middle class, seeing what middle class is, and then becoming impoverished. Like, that's like a 3-tier ladder. Like, I don't know if a lot of people like can, like, not can see, but ever see or see
In my
for
in my
themselves.
head,
But it's like
my
that's a
household
thing, like
was not
or
connected
was a
like the
thing.
Huxtables per se, but I felt like I lived in a Huxtable type household in the sense of it wasn't shitty. It was in a shitty neighborhood, but it wasn't shitty. It was not the shittiest place on earth. It was well kept, shit of that sort. My mom and dad were both there. My mom loved me. My dad is but that's always been that. But it like it was Huxtable-ish.
See, I
But
don't
then it
know.
was like the recession hit, and then you realize, like, damn, well, you were not as good as you thought you was. Like,
Now,
as
let's
far as
rewind that
like
though.
life standard.
You rewind that though. If you were born when the recession hit, you know, just like if you're born now, imagine being a Corona baby 20 years from now. Wow, my parents had me during a pandemic. The fuck was going on?
We didn't know what the Spanish flu was about, nigga. We had to read about that.
Niggas don't even know fully what the fuck the Black Plague was about. I seen some shit on the news the other day. I think it was Fox or CNN, one of the two. They were talking about how since 1918, the Black Plague, I think that was the Black Plague, 1918, the last plague that hit that like really fucked us up. Like that shit, where we're at now in terms of people getting the cases is where we're at in terms of people getting it or dying from it in 1918. And the reason they don't have a lot of the schematics of that shit figured out is because you could only do so much in 1918. So when you say, motherfucker, oh, well, niggas in 1918 was getting it at the same rate niggas in 2020 getting it, why the fuck should I wear a mask when it's less deadly? Isn't a reason to not do something like that. I shouldn't have said wear a mask, but I mean, like, you know, do something intelligent that may or may not benefit your loved ones.
Yesterday, I went to the first COVID, like a daily COVID site, like for checking and, you know what I'm saying, everything like that. My wife had to get one yesterday. And I went in, and it was at a church. And I am there strictly to support my wife and make sure she's good. But outside of that, I'm looking around and I'm looking at what I see. How everything's being conducted, what's going on, who's here, how's everything spaced apart, everything like that, this, that, and the other. And it seemed everything was the proper protocol in which I would think in my head, without being a medical professional, would be the best way to avoid a a highly contagious respiratory virus. Between the medical staff that was there, the aides that were helping, and nurses, and to everything that was being conducted. I can do nothing but respect it. Now, we live in a society to where shit like that is deemed to almost be tyrannical, which is fucked up.
I don't think a lot
Because
of those people really know the definition. Not the definition. They know the definition of tyranny. They don't know what it's like to live through it.
no, they definitely do not.
Like you ever talk
Shit
to
like
a Middle Eastern person that like lived through the
through
Saddam,
tyranny?
like the Saddam regime, or like an old Jewish motherfucker that like was actually a Holocaust survivor. Like it's a different story. It's a different energy you get when you talking to them about history. It's not the same thing as like,
It's
yeah,
not.
remember when 20 years ago when nigga crack came, that wasn't Reagan's fault? Yeah, it kind of was.
It was completely Reagan's fault. Like forever for that one. You know what I'm saying? Now, like back to what we were talking about at the top of the podcast. Somebody in Haiti now has to move. You know what I'm saying? So many cubic tons of fucking bricks and cocaine, and you know what I'm saying, in China white, just so this fucking astronaut like can go into fucking space now.
So you
Reagan created that.
So you don't think that Kanye is at a point as a billionaire to where he can make his own Death Star on the tarnished planet of Haiti?
No, nigga, there is 2 bricks inside of each Yeezy box, and they are being and like imported inside of the United States with a fucking Adidas tag on that bitch.
Shout out to Doc Q. That's
Yeah,
fucking.
but say, like, there's no. We talking about shooting a fucking like a rocket into space that's actually going to hold people inside of it, not just a rocket. We talking about a real
If Elon
space
can
vessel.
do it, if Richard Branson can do it, well, Elon did it first. Elon does it probably the best. I trust Elon over any of those people, but still, yeah.
Elon Musk is smart enough to get a fucking space shuttle to run off air or some type of fucking random arc energy.
That nigga threw a Corvette in space with a dummy in it. And the
arc
Corvette
energy,
survived coming back home. Yeah, it's cool.
Tony Stark, duh. But we talking about Kanye West. So Kanye West is he low-key, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, for him to get shit done, he gotta move bricks. And I'm not saying he gonna be the one to move the bricks. I'm saying he gonna have to have somebody's mans or somebody's mans or somebody's mans move these bricks in Haiti so we can get this space launch done. Now, granted, it's not gonna happen because there's a lot of bricks. Okay, there's a lot of bricks. I've gotten a call about these bricks that should be moved. And I was like, nigga, why you calling me? You should have called Griselda. And they was like, yeah, we called them niggas. They was like, we only take so much. So we calling you too. I was like, damn, I can't even do that shit no more. I'm out the game. And plus, most importantly, I'm checks over stripes. So I can't even bring myself to even help Mr. Kanye's. And he was like, damn, word. And I was like, yeah, nah.
If the mission was you got to deliver these bricks in a Nike sweatsuit, you not doing it?
If we talking about, if I got to move, like, I'm putting it like this. If I got to move some bricks for LeBron James and Michael Jordan, I might move some bricks.
Why would you do it for either one of those people? I would not be willing to do anything for either of those people under $10 million.
I respect both of those people. And if I'm moving
cubic
one
tons
of them, if I'm moving
I like
cubic
the
tons, if I'm using I respect both of them tremendously. But if I'm even moving cubic tons of any type of white powdered narcotic for these motherfuckers, I'm making over $10 million anyway. I'm good. I'm not even worried about the money. But it's just like, yeah, I'll get it done for you. I got you.
But then we go into what we've been talking about, morality, nigga. How do you go from being a nigga that wants to just make 5 beats a day for 5 summers and get noticed to my calling as leader of the free world? It's a deep change.
Well, you find yourself in certain changes like that when you move to Calabasas. And
no, you have the money to move to Calabasas. Everybody just ain't moving to Calabasas, bro. I'd have been there yesterday if I could have been. Come on. Everybody just ain't running to Calabasas.
I'm not sure, but it looked like he do. I think Schoolboy Q lives in Calabasas, but he's still a nigga though.
Yeah,
but he's still a nigga
in Calabasas.
You know what? I've always thought that would be something weird to me. Like, I thought about it for like
New York does feel
niggas.
Weird.
No, I'm talking about for like New York niggas and like motherfuckers that's like really from LA. Like, your industry to make it big, whether you're an artist or like an actor or some shit, it's pretty much where you live. You just have to like pop off. So when you really make it big, you're not really moving that far. You just probably moving into like the nicest suburb and shit. If you from Michigan and shit, if you from Chicago, St. Louis,
you might have
Baltimore,
to move to a place to make that.
Yeah, like you move.
You can't just stay in Detroit all the time to make that.
Yeah, like you. Even Eminem could afford the luxury to travel and still be here. You know what I'm saying?
You
You can say
talk
like,
about all
I'm
the
living
time,
in
not all the
Michigan.
time.
Yeah, but I can go to LA. I can go to New York. I can go to Chicago. I can go to
But no,
Miami, Atlanta, or whatever to record.
one of his most famous stories, nigga, the Rap Olympics. Nigga, if that nigga hadn't took that flight, Dre might not have never heard him. We might not know this nigga the way we know him.
Yeah, so
that Rap Olympics
oh,
flight
shit.
costed what, $500 in '95. That was a lot for him at the time,
Right.
according to him.
But you
I'd
you went
imagine
out.
he was as
I
broke
mean,
as he said he
$500
was.
in '95 was a lot of money. Like
That's what, but I'm saying, like, you could give or take whether or not you believe if he had it or not. If you have the money to make the flight, something's going on, or you saved up the money because you knew this was coming up. So either way, at the end of the day, the way the world works now is he made the flight. He is the biggest artist ever. Even Hove ain't out selling this thing. Like,
my point is this. Like I thought it was like it's just something. Like you gotta think. Like if I'm probably someone like Schoolboy Q, to where I grew up in the hood in South Central, and I could look up at the Hollywood Hills from where I'm at. From where I'm at, if I'm in the shittiest part of the Bronx, but I can get on a train and get to the nicest part of Manhattan from where I'm at. It's like you can see it first fucking hand, and when you get that money to where you can get to those places, you probably wouldn't change that much. Because it's like you within that society,
how good or bad your habits
depending on how
prior
integral
to
you are.
that.
I would say that. Depending on how integral you are. Because it's like, nigga, if I'm a nigga, like, if Michigan was one of those places, and let's just say your area in which you live, which is the worst area on earth, in my opinion.
It's not.
Just so happens.
It's literally one of the best places in America you can live. It's just not that comfortable for black people. That's the only difference. It's literally one of the safest places in America.
That's why the list that you looked up and shit was bullshit. There was one legit. That's what it was. One legit list.
Like I literally went from one of the most dangerous
about the like the city rankings in Michigan. There was like one.
I didn't have to make $1 million.
And it was like the what was it, like the biggest asshole cities, like pretty much the city with the biggest assholes in Michigan.
Right.
And the top two was completely right, and I couldn't refute it. And it was on like Ann Arbor was number 1. Birmingham was number 2.
Birmingham is probably one of the richest and most racist places in America. I went to middle school out there. I dated girls that grew up out there. And I have also gone to high school for about 6 weeks out there until they found out I didn't live out there and they kicked me out. But anyway.
They found out that you was a nigga. They was like, nope.
That's how I got through high school. That's the crazy part. Like going through middle school. Like the last 2 years of middle school, I made it through 7th to 8th grade with them thinking I lived out there. Then it came to 9th grade. It was like 2 weeks in, and they were like, "You can't provide proof of an address." And I was like, "Yes, I can. Give me a minute." And then I went in there and gave them some shit, and they was like, "Go to class. This worked." And they called me out of class like 2 hours later and was like, "Yeah, this ain't gonna work. Go home."
Damn, they was like, "We not gonna teach no niggas."
No. It wasn't niggas not gonna teach no niggas. They just wasn't gonna teach no niggas that didn't live out there.
I went to a Sadie Hawkins dance one time in Birmingham at Groves. And that was like the weirdest shit ever. Like that
Groves is Birmingham-esque. That's not really Birmingham. Seaholm.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. That shit was the weirdest shit ever to me, bro. First off, I didn't really realize that at this point in time, that how cliche it looks. This is what it looked like to me. You remember how Hazel and Drake looked in Degrassi? Where it just looked like it just had to be the relationship that made sense at that moment in the show.
This is gonna
It
fuck
was
you
that.
up. This is gonna fuck you up. There was a Hazel-esque black now woman that I had a crush on at that similar time in my experience. She was like the friend of a white girl that was like one of the most popular white girls. Everybody knew her. Everybody was cool with her. And I was cool with her. And then it was like the black girl was like the little just, yeah, we cool. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she told me to my, like, I'll never forget because she was cold as hell. She told me, I don't know if she was, but I think she was like black and Indian or something. But she was like, I would fuck with you, but you're too young. I'm like, mean? What you mean? Nigga, what you mean? I'm too young. And when I say too young, I mean like, nigga, I was in like 8th grade. She was in 10th grade. Like, yeah, but yeah.
You too young, nigga. You too young.
I was like my excuse to her was like, yo, like, I'll be there next year. Like, what you mean? Like,
like we all, my experience was a little strange in the sense of the chick that I went to the Sadie Hawkins dance with
you
was
actually
like
one of those.
I was asked, and it was weird because I ain't never been the one to be asked to go to a dance. But then I had Google. This is when Googling shit was like really picking up stream. Like, you don't know what it is, Google it. I had to Google what a Sadie Hawkins dance was, and I was like, oh, okay, for sure. And when we went, it was like I said, it was weird. I felt like it was Degrassi, bro, because it was like I was there with the only black chick that was there. There was a couple Asians that were with the Asians, and like the light skinned people, depending on how light skinned you were, you could tell like what little clique they went into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you
And
mean.
and like I said, I'm self-proclaimed anthropologist. So I'm sitting there, or like me and chick dancing, and I'm just looking around. I'm like, this shit is fucking weird, yo. And I remember getting into a little tiff with one of the students there because he thought I was from Groves area. He learned real fast.
Isn't that funny when they learn?
Yeah.
When they be like, oh.
A nigga voice changed real fast. Like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Huh? Like nigga, like, nah, son. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude, bro? Like, what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you, man?
I guess this ain't the right climate to say this in. Who gives a fuck? One of my favorite pastimes is beating up white boys. Like, one of my favorite.
You said that like 4 or 5 times in this podcast.
I know, but I think I need to say it again, especially in these troubling times. I think that.
But you gonna vote Republican?
I've already voted, and I did not vote Republican one time, sir. That is
you voted birthday party.
Let's go with that one.
Anyway, you voted for Kanye.
Have you even voted yet, nigga? If you did, you would know the nigga ain't even on the ballot. Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
you can write him in.
Yeah, I guess you could. How stupid do you have to fucking be? Really? You know how insulting that would be. You live in a state where it wasn't even an option, and you made it an option because fuck it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Kanye's is what you want.
Anyway, that threw me off my whole point. What was you saying?
Kanye's is the people.
Let's
like
get in the guest
graduate. No, we're not doing that this week. I need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
I'm
you a hoe.
starving.
Oh, it is.
Nope, we're not doing guess what race it is. Shout out your socials. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's 11:03 in the morning.
Oh, wait. That was the other thing I wanted to bring up. Not much to like really have a conversation about, but Batwoman is black now. So
yeah, it is dope.
Like
I did see that.
If you don't like that,
then fuck you.
Can't help you. Busy 9-3 on everything. r/TN2M. r/TN2M is the Reddit. That's a tongue twister. And TN2M _ podcast is the Instagram. If you feel a way, please state your claim on one of those pages or one of the pages that my co-host will now provide to you.
Which pages?
Your pages, nigga, wherever they can hit you up at.
Oh, yeah, those things. TN2M _ Ortega on everything. Follow me. Cash App too. Jose Ortega 22. Oh my God. Nigga gonna start convulsing on the fucking podcast. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get your shit together. You're embarrassing. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get it together. You like you're having a COVID attack. What's wrong with you? You good? You need some water? Some lemongrass, alkaline water?
It does sound really good right now, actually. But what?
Yeah. Fuck out of here. But rest in peace, the Nip Hustle. Rest in peace, Walter Wallace Jr.
Pop Smoke.
Congratulations. Yeah, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. Who else we got?
George Floyd, Trayvon.
George Floyd.
Go down the fucking list of those. Philando. Like, come on, we have to.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Let's not go down the list of dead black.
Shout out to all the listeners out there that's good fathers and shit, but you got a shitty ass baby mama, so you can't see your kids when you're trying to do what you're trying to do. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the chicks that's on that's nurses and shit and essential workers that still got a popping ass Tinder and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And charging $25 a month on their OnlyFans and telling niggas
real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like my co-host needs, like because my co-host and shit needs entertainment and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he need a healthy woman and shit. So keep.
I don't talk to people all day.
Are you essential workers that got your Tinder popping? Hit my mans up, you know what I'm saying? Get this nigga out here in the streets because this nigga looking wild and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Tinder. I do have a Tinder. Yeah, hit me on Tinder. I should say that more. Hit me on Tinder. You can't search people, but if you see me, hit me up.
Shout out to all the people out there that's that's not Lions fans that live in Michigan because you're not fucking delusional. Shout out to everybody.
For the cartel.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who, every couple out here today that took a pregnancy test and that shit came back negative. Shout out to all of y'all. Yeah, and shout out to the people who got some really good chili cheese fries tonight from the Coney Island. Shout out to everybody on that shit. This has been episode 129, Millennials podcast, House of Spades Media. We out this bitch. I'm stuffy as fuck and I'm starving in the motherfuckers. So let's get the fuck out of here. I'm out.
Bye, bitch. Hey, stop this shit.